So, my husband and I went on our first Royal Caribbean cruise. We went on the Allure of the Seas. And when we first entered into the boat, we went in on deck five. And this is kind of like a shopping and food area. It's so beautiful. There's lots of shops, and there's a pizza place, and a bunch of different other places you can go. And just there's some bars and the Starbucks coffee and just a bunch of different stuff. So we walked all through here and looked at everything. And then we went to our muster station and checked in. And then we got to go ahead and go up to our room. They said that our room was ready at that time. So we went up to our room. Our room was going to be on deck 14. We did get a balcony room, which I love. So we went on up there, got that checked out. We were in room 710, and our room, it was a very spacious room. We had the double bed with the couch, and we also had a good sized closet. We had our TV and the stand up shower with the sink and toilet area. And it's never really big on a cruise, but it was spacious than some of the others that I've been in before, so I was happy with that. We did have a balcony. The balcony was really good sized. They did have a shampoo and conditioner, like a 3-in-1 body wash, everything. I always bring my own stuff, but they do have that there for you if you don't want to bring your own. It was pretty choppy every night that we were on there, but the first and second night weren't too bad at all. We sat out there on the balcony while we were pulling out, and it was really pretty. The sunset and everything was really pretty that night. Now, I always take Clorox wipes because I like to wipe everything down. Um, it makes me feel better if I can wipe all the surfaces down with a Clorox wipe. It just makes me feel better. So I always make sure to take that. We went ahead and went and got some lunch. We went the um to the buffet area, and they have you wash your hands when you walk in there. We didn't buy any of the drink packages. We didn't buy the soda package or the alcohol package. So we basically just had like tea, water, lemonade, coffee, things like that, which was totally fine. We did buy a few alcoholic beverages, but we didn't buy the packages. We had lunch several times in the buffet area. Um, and it was really good. They have different kind of foods. Just primarily, they do have a place where you can get burgers, french fries, chicken tenders, but then they also have, like barbecue and different little things like that. So, but it was good. Then they also have plenty of sweets. I wasn't crazy about the desserts. They were okay. We tried a little bit of everything, but the desserts lacked a little bit in my opinion. The coffee was good though. So we started walking around the ship, and so we walked down, and they have a boardwalk, and it's so cool down there. They have like little ice cream shop and some different little game areas, and they have a beautiful full carousel down there. We didn't get on and ride the carousel, but we walked by and saw it. There were some kids on there having fun. Down there is also where the Aqua Theater is, and that's where they have some shows. And then they also have two huge rock walls on either side. And this ship is it's huge. It is a gigantic ship. We went ahead and got us a drink and just walked around and take a look at everything. There was a non smoking casino. It was a lot smaller than the smoking casino, of course. Had a few little tables and lots of little slot machines. And then we walked down to the main casino, which allows smoking, and it was gigantic. I mean, it just kept going on and on. But, if you don't like the smell of smoke, I highly advise against going in there. Even when no one's in there, it just lingers. They do have a comedy club. And then they also had the Amber Theater, and this theater was huge. Now, we did go to a showing of Mamma Mia in this theater. It was a 2.5 hour uh, Broadway type show, and they were fantastic. The cast was amazing. The singing was great. They did a wonderful job. There's a really cool bar in the middle that rises and falls. It's called the Rising Tide Bar, and the bar itself actually moves up and down. It's pretty cool. There's bars all throughout where the pools and stuff are, and there is also a smoking section out there. We accidentally walked through it without realizing where we were going. There was a really cool kids section for pools and stuff. There's no big water slides on this boat though. But they do have this adult like Serenity place that you go to, and it's adults only. And it's glassed in, which is really nice, but you can open up like the little windows in the glass to get some breeze in there. But there's like a bunch of hot tubs in here and some little pool areas and a bar and just a bunch of tables and different places to sit and just relax. And Jeff and I spent quite a bit of time out here, like at night and then some during the day. It was really nice. The views, of course, were beautiful. We went down to, there's a part of the boat called Central Park, and this was actually one of my favorite parts of the boat. It's just full of greenery, and it's so pretty, and at night they have just like little lights all in the trees, and it's just really pretty. It's very relaxing down there and calm, and it was never really crowded down in that section, and I really liked it. And they had some little bars, and they had a little cafe. We did have lunch there at the cafe one time, and it was good. That food is included. Now, there are some restaurants down here in Central Park that are not included in the cruise food. You do have to pay separate, but the park cafe food is included. At night, it's really pretty, all lit up. And there are balcony rooms that overlook into the Central Park area as well. There are two flow rider stations on this boat, and one we saw like kids on doing like boogie boards, and then the other one had some adults doing like a stand up board on it, and it looked really cool. We ourselves did not try it, but it was fun to watch other people do it. There was a putt putt area, and then they also had some good gaming areas. They had like air hockey and ping pong, and we were down the longest hallway. It just felt like it just kept going and going and going. The sunset, of course, was absolutely beautiful. We decided to go ahead and eat dinner in the dining room the first night. The dining room is gigantic. We had an excellent waiter and assistant. They were very nice. They took care of us, answered all our questions, and if we didn't like anything or if there was a problem, they took care of everything right away. The food was pretty good. Our first night, we had our appetizers. I had a crab cake, and we had some bread, and my husband had a little shrimp cocktail. We had some ribeye, and we had a New York strip. And for dessert that night, I think we had like a Boston cream pie and a like strawberry cheesecake and a key lime pie. And we just kind of tested everything. That first night, we went to the Ocean Aria show, which is like a high diving, swimming, gymnastics show that they put on at the Aqua Theater, and it was pretty impressive. They did some really cool diving. Now, this can be delayed because of weather, and it actually was delayed about 15 or 20 minutes that night. All of the talent on the boat is pretty impressive. They all did a very good job. They had a beautiful Christmas tree. We had fun at night just walking around looking at everything, just kind of familiarizing ourselves with the boat. The next morning, we went to the American Icon Grill, which is the dining room for their breakfast. Breakfast was very good. We both had the French toast. I think I had sausage, he had bacon, and we had our orange juice and coffee. Then we spent some time out on the adult only deck, got us some drinks, and just kind of sat around. Then we ended up going back up to our room for a little while and just kind of went out on the balcony and sat and relaxed. We did go to the Schooner's Bar has trivia quite a few times a day, so we did go to House of Mouse trivia. So that was a lot of fun. We went to that one day. And then another day we went to trivia there, and I think it was like Hollywood songs, like different songs from movies. They would play a little bit of the song, and then you would have to guess the song, and that was fun. They'd have bands playing all throughout the day on all different decks. That night we went to dinner again in the dining room. I had some French onion soup, and my husband had some calamari. And we again had some different kinds of beef for dinner. And then we had some apple and creme brulee for dessert. Everything was very good. We had a nice time. That night for our show, we went to the ice skating show. Now, they have an ice skating rink, and you can actually go and ice skate there. But then at night, they have shows with professional ice skaters, and we really enjoyed this show. It was about 30 minutes long, and it was very entertaining, and they did a really great job. Now, it was super windy that night. We went and walked around a little bit before we went back to our room up on some of the upper decks, and the wind was crazy. There was not a lot of people out. And you could kind of feel it a little bit on the ship, like with the movement, but not too bad. But yeah, it was really windy. Now, the next day when we got up, it was kind of dreary. This day we pulled into Nassau. I got up and went to the spa that day and had a really nice treatment. I had a Swedish massage and a foot and ankle massage, had a body scrub and a dry brush, and it was just very wonderful. My spa technician, her name was Venice. She was super helpful, very respectful, made me feel totally comfortable, and I was super relaxed. And we did not get off the boat in Nassau. We've been to Nassau a few times before and just didn't feel the need to get off the boat. So we had lunch down, breakfast and lunch. We just had down there in the buffet area. And that night we actually ended up just having dinner there as well. We had a very just calm, chill day. We didn't do really much of anything. It was just a super relaxing day. There were a bunch of other ships in port, and we kind of waved at them as they drove off. And then we had a really pretty view leaving out of Nassau. And the boats got a little shaky that night. Um, the weather was, it started raining a little later that night. And like I said, we just decided to eat down in the buffet area. It's kind of hard to see, but there was quite a bit of rain, and the wind was really knocking. It was really hard. And they went ahead and told us that day that it was probably not going to be possible for us to pull into port at their private island. So we didn't have a perfect day at Cookagay. But so we just had another day at sea. We got lunch at the Park Cafe down at Central Park that day. It was really good. We had some ribeye sandwiches and some soup, and it was very rocky. We had dinner that night in the dining room. It was very tasty. We had some different selections. I wasn't crazy. I got an eggplant entree that night, and it was kind of a poor choice. I don't know why I went that route, but it was not good. yeah, the winds, as you can tell, the ocean was quite angry that night, and it got up to about like 72.5 miles per hour. So we were just shy of a hurricane strength winds out there. So it was a little rough. Well, I was kind of glad to pull into port that day. I like to sleep with our balcony door open, and that last night I finally had to get up and just close our balcony door. It was just too loud. I couldn't sleep restfully. But overall, I recommend it. I would go on this ship again. It was beautiful.